What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie. So, the file knife that I've been making, the last time you saw it, I was getting ready. I just did some work on the blade and started shaping the handle, and now I put on the scales. So what I have to do now is trim all the hangover where it bubbles up, and this is a flat spine. So I have to get off like this piece of plastic, and just finish up the trimming. And then I'm going to take down the steel on the end, and I'm going to bring that all the way through and around. Now the key is, because this is glued, if you heat the tang, what's going to happen is the glue is going to get all ooey again, and then your scales are going to shift. So it's extremely important to keep it cool if you're going to be doing a project like this. It's extremely important to keep it cool while you're going through, so you don't end up loosening your scales. You'll notice, see those little dots? What I did is I let the glue fill through everything in there, and I have the glue helping hold even it from going in any direction. And the only way that would happen is if I let it get hot. So I have to be very careful. Now what I did is I took some tape and I put it on the blade. And you see that pen mark? I drew on like a fake hamon. So now what I need to do is take an edge and cut out the hamon, and then I can blue the hamon, and it should have a really cool effect. But first things first, I have to grind away all this excess stuff. Come along with me. All right, so I'm going to start with the rubbery parts because they're going to grind quick and it won't really heat anything up. So I just want to get that down to where I see, when I see sparks, I know I reached the steel. And there we go. So now I just need to get all the areas where the rubber is showing. And just like that, you'll see where it's covered there and where it's polished, it's there. So it should go pretty easily, I'm hoping. The part where I have to continuously stop and cool it is going to be in here where there's steel sticking out past there. See that? So I have to grind that steel down. That's where it's going to get hottest. The other parts should be pretty good. And all I have to do is get it to where I can clean it up a little bit. And so what's happening is the rubber is just going to, because it's a cheap rubber, it's going to just keep like melting and getting gooey. So I just break off the parts that are gooey, and then I will fine out these lines, most likely with a finer belt, so it'll be really, really nice. I'll round it off, but I got to get to the steel all the way around. So you see how that is spraying right there. So I'll just take my finger and do that, and it comes right off, and then I'll you know, get it really nice and smooth later. So right now I have a lot of work to do in here, so I'm going to go to this flat disc that's spinning around in a circle and just hit that and try to get it all nice and gone. Nice. Now if you're wondering why I look like an idiot, I took a shirt over what I'm wearing because I've got like $1 million worth of stuff on. So I gotta, and I know I could have just got changed just to something grubby, but I had stuff to do, so I don't want to just keep getting changed. So now I'm just gonna try and take down as much of that as possible. I'm gonna keep doing that because I want my glue to not become goo. I got my little bottle of water over here. That's what you see me reaching for. And I just have to be patient. and where I want to just go ahead and grind and stick it in there and hold it there for a while, I got to be patient. That's the hardest part because I'm not patient. I just want to get things done right away. This is why I only make like one knife a year, because I'm not patient. I might do a couple more of these file knives though. I was talking to somebody, I want to do a small bowie, and I have a Tonto. I thought it was down here. It might be, oh, hold on. I think it is. This one I started quite a while ago, this Tonto, and then I just left it. Completely forgot about it. I don't even know if this is a file. This might just, no, this might be, so, oh, this is, I know what I was doing. I was making a Damascus Tonto, and I just gave up on it. But I have a couple more files that I was going to work on and get them all done. This is actually going pretty quick. Aside from the stopping to water it, it's going pretty quick. I just want to definitely keep it cool because I would hate to have to restart on the grip. And every now and then I just have to measure, make sure where I'm going to the right place with my hand. And it looks like it's coming out all right. So I'll show you when I get this nub done. All right, so far so good. The nub is complete. So what I need to do now is just get to the points where the steel is either exposed. The smoke you see isn't coming from hot steel. You can see I got my finger on it. It's coming from the rubber being a little warm. But I could press in here and I could feel my glue and nothing's gooey. So it's more of an optical illusion at this point. But now it just comes down to refining it. This is hard to do dressed like this. And I know I want to use the edge of my belt to get down the rubber right where the ricasso kind of is. Not really a ricasso, just the end of the blade. And there we go, just like that. That part is good. So now it's just going to be getting it down all the way to where the steel is flush, completely around the knife. And once that's done, I'm in a really good spot. And I don't think that should be too hard. As a matter of fact, I know it won't be because I've done it before. But it looks like it's going to go pretty nicely. You can see right there, that little finger well is coming out perfect. So it's going to be all about grinding down this steel right in this little palm area. So let me try, I'll even show you up close so you can see just that a little bit of exposed steel. Now it's kind of hard to see, but I can see right there. See that little lip? I got to get that down. So let me grab that. All right, so all that's looking good. So now what I want to do to combat the bad design in the grip, what I want to do is add some lateral lines for better grip. So what I'm doing is I'm just going about an inch between, and I'm using the very edge of the belt, and I'm just rolling the edge of the belt along. And what that's doing, it's cutting these little valleys, these little north-south valleys going in between, just to give it a little bit more grip. So I just got to go real light because I don't want to go too deep, and it just has to be enough to add these little straight lines. And once I've got these last two, I'll have one side done. Actually, this last one, because they already have them right there. So now, all that did is it just adds grip going from preventing you from sliding off of the knife. So now I'm just going to do the other side, Now I want to get it pretty close to where I have the lines on this side. So it's pretty nice and even. And again, this part's not hard, and it's not doing anything for aesthetics. This is just to add more grip. And when they did the design, they weren't thinking of a sweaty hand going this way on it, so it just needed a little bit more. And that's because it's a very cheap material, this rubber, it's going really, really fast. Really fast. I'm able to just brush in these lines. And I mean, it's not going to be for looks, that's for sure. But man, it's definitely going to help with the grip. It's just going to help a little bit more lock in. Now, one thing I noticed I did doing this is I wiped away my my Himone line, so I'm going to have to draw new ones. But now what I'm going to do, since I have everything in there shaped pretty well, now I'm just going to take off the coarse belt and put on a light belt and see about just getting rid of some of that chunky rubber going all the way around. So I know this part's not exciting. Alright, so now I'm going to try and fine it up. This isn't wood or G10 or micarta, it's rubber. So am I going to be able to make it a little finer? Who knows? But it doesn't really matter as long as it works. I guess a little bit finer is good. It's really hard because when you're hitting the rubber's just chunking off. But it's still going a little bit. Still going a little bit. I just got to be really light in the hand, and it should work. It should work just fine. Especially for what it's for. Man. Man. That should do okay. That should do a-okay. So now I'm just trying to just clean up some of these edges. And it looks like it's doing all right. Is it going to be perfect? No, but it's rubber, so kind of like what do you expect type thing. But it feels good. That's the important part. Grinding down this end, making it round, and then just taking away some of these, some of the parts in this, and just, I don't know, just making it more feasible for the hand, like a regular everyday grip. I think it was definitely needed. So I think that's all I'm going to do with it. It's a file knife, so it doesn't have to be perfect looking. It just has to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this tape since I have to redo it anyway. And what I'll do is, since I have this light one on there, I'm just going to go ahead and skim the edge real quick. And see how that goes. Let's see. Just help along with the overall sharpness. And then when I hit it on the stone, it should be just a little bit better. Yeah, I can feel it already. I can feel it already. That's nice. So what I'm going to do is, after I glue it, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one more time and just take the glue off that very, very fine edge. And it's utility knife, so it needs to be sharp but it doesn't need to be razor sharp. All right, so it's still popping some hairs though. Still popping. It's not going to be super like shave sharp, but it did knock some hairs. Let's get a little bit more. Yeah, that feels nice. That feels pretty nice. You can see that edge, that shiny, brand new, beautiful edge. All right, so now I need to just retape it and add a little blue. Looks like I got some glue there or something, so I gotta clean that off. But so far, I'll tell you what, this looks pretty good, man. I was thinking about even bluing this part, leaving the edge shiny. Who knows? We'll see what happens when I get up there. Hold on a second. I mean, not for nothing. But I'm smooth, baby. I'm smooth, baby. All right, hold on. Okay, so I was thinking about doing a different effect, and I took, I know it's hard to tell, but I took a sandpaper, and I gave it a brushed look, and I tried to keep the center line. It was really hard to do, almost like a San Mai. Now what I think I might do is try and tape that off and just blue the top. So let's try. All right, so that looks like it's actually working really well. You can see how dark it is right here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking some bluing compound, some super blue, right? Bluing liquid, I should say. And on a knife rag, and I'm just really, really rubbing it into just the area I want blued. And so with brushing the steel part, that should make that part just pop even more. And I'm thinking it's going to. Now it had like a little bit of oxidation on the blade, and I was getting ready to clean it, and I went, well, if I want to blue the top, I want to leave that on there because then it gives it like a patina. And so that's actually working out really, really freaking well. It's gonna make the old file lines pronounced. So I think that's going to be really, really cool. Getting it all the way to the back as close as I can, and then all the way to the tip, and then I'm going to do the spine in the same way all the way around. I'm going to blue it and just darken it up a little bit, so all the way through the tang it's going to be blued. So now, right now, you can, it's kind of, there's a lot of light on it, but you can see that patinaed look and that line cutting through the brushed part. Man, it's going to look sharp. Hold on, hold on. All right, so for a utility knife, I'm going to say this came out pretty cool, man. It's real basic. It's real plain. Took a lot of work out of here. Took some down here. Reshaped this a little bit. Left a nice landing spot right in front of there. So you have a really comfortable area to hit. Well, not you. I mean me, because I'm the one using the damn thing. But this is pretty cool. So it's a good utility knife. It's just a file. That's it, man. It's just a straight up file. And I still have these two. And this one I was thinking about doing like a spear point. That's a big file. And then this one, you could see I was drawing out like this buoy. So now thinking about a 5-inch grip and a 10-inch blade on a buoy, I was thinking about going half and going a 3-inch grip with a 6-inch blade on the knife, right? And what that would do is it would enable a 3-finger grip in here, but then I have this area right here that I'm going to leave on, and almost in a way to like carabiner or I was thinking about possibly trying to drill a hole in there depending on how hard this is, for even keychaining it. Boop. Something like that, but that would be a pinky rest, so check that out. So all that would fit. But it wouldn't be too bad. I'd have to cut this out. I was doing like different design ideas. I have to cut that out and then get it grinding from there. But I was thinking about that for a little buoy. So there's options. That's the good thing about files, man, is A, they're already hard. Like a porn star, they're already hard and ready to go. And B, they're easy to work with and they look cool, man. It just looks cool. I mean, having all the file lines like that, you know what I mean? You can see that line came out so cool, man. That came out so cool. But I don't know. What I know now is what I know now. And I almost said, all I know is, I always do that, all I know. But I know a lot more than all I know. But hold on, I just want to see one thing. All right. I don't call out jackpot very often, but jackpot. So check this out. Colleen McCrory sent me this sheath a while back. And I was like, okay, what am I going to use it for? What am I going to use it for? It's a scout carry setup. Little did I know it was going to be perfect for this knife. Check it out. It goes right there. Boop. All the way there. It literally, ambidextrous, works out perfect. It's got a little strap. So now I have a scout carry option for my file knife. That's pretty cool. So I had no idea. And now I'm thinking, would maybe redoing one of those other file knives, especially if I was going to do a Bowie style, trying to see where to, man, I could maybe do a different, oh man, this bigger one. I don't know. If I put that in there, that leaves a lot of handle left. I don't know. I got some options, but as for now, I'm letting this one ride. Colleen McCrory, you just saved the day, girl. So, all right. Pleasantly surprised. So this project is finished. I now have a file utility knife that I can use for banging around and doing the chunky work that you don't want a $500 knife doing. $3 file. These scales came off a knife that I put on scales, custom scales, and I love it. So the scales were pretty much free since I just replaced scales. This was sent to me by someone awesome, and the file I picked up for $3 at a antique shop. It don't get no better than that. All right, guys. So that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.